All right, we're live on Ranger Radio. We have a great miners showdown in the Eastern Conference today. We have the Ghost Boosters, who are their miners team are the Myth Boosters, and we have the 30 Seconds team, the Bruno Mars Ball. And looks like both teams are in channel, ready to go. Kind of jumped in last minute to stream this game, so I'm not totally versed on who they're going to be cycling in for each team, so it's just going to be really exciting. Right now for the Myth Boosters, looks like Dennett, Halophile, Frange, and Fozzie are in. And for the Bruno Mars Ball, it looks like Mr. Gone, Marquis, Tyrus, and Prism are in. So hopefully we'll see a great showdown here. These are two very talented teams with loaded miners rosters. A lot of these players could easily be playing majors, so expect there to be a lot of fireworks here. And I'll let them know we're ready to go when you are. All right, so looks like we're waiting on Tyrus. According to Mr. Gone, who apparently has very intimate knowledge of the situation, Tyrus is using the restroom. We'll be polite. There's children watching. Actually, there's children playing. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to go get a drink, and you know what? If the game launches, I just won't have anything to say about it for the first few seconds. That's not really a big deal. Let's just see what Ranger has in the fridge. Nothing alcoholic that looks good, but you know what? This Mountain Dew Whiteout, that sounds pretty good. 280 calories per bottle. That's kind of a lot, but I think it's worth it. Oh, looks like we launched. That's good news. So we'll go ahead and switch over to our in-game view. Right on time.
3, 2, 1.
Myth Boosters in red. 30 seconds. The Bruno Mars Ball in blue. Looks like Frange is going to be able to get a rolling bomb. And kind of losing my voice, so I may not really have a lot to say unless something really exciting happens. 45, not usually a lot of exciting things. But Halophile does manage to get out of base. Frange holding that button, gating the competition. Looks like the blocks are going to be there, and Halophile is going to get a quick cap for the Myth Boosters. 1-0. Frange with that regrab train still alive. He's got two in front of him here. Not quite able to get around Marquis. Regrab train still alive. Exciting first minute of play so far here. Tyrus with a nice snipe. Regrab train still real for the Myth Boosters, and that will end it. So we'll see if Tyrus is going to be able to get back, and looks like pops are spawning, so Halo not able to get that free grab, and now we have a reset. Halo does actually get pushed into the flag, but then Tyrus able to get a quick return. Marquis with the tag pro and red base. Oh, that push just carries Tyrus straight into a spike in the bottom. Looks like Frange was going to be ahead there and just wasn't able to clear. Halo navigating the spikes in a one-tile space. Very nice, impressive moves by Halophile. So far in the first 2 minutes, it's been all Myth Boosters who have held the flag almost the entire time. Some very nice blocks into the last moment there where Marquis able to push off of Fozzie and get a grab for a kiss, but Frange is going to try to get into base. Prism makes a daring escape, heading back to blue base. And he has returned for cap, and Mr. Gone and Marquis able to get that return, get Prism that cap, so it's now 1-1. Mr. Gone now with the flag back in blue base, and this could be another return for cap, but no one's really chasing Fozzie right now. Prism's going to have trouble catching up to him, so both flag carriers are going to dance around in the middle. That whiteout is delicious. Smooth citrus dew with other natural flavors indeed. So this is the part of 45 where both flag carriers just kind of dance around for a little while. Fozzie able to get out ahead of Prism here, but Marquis holding the button on that gate. Both flag carriers in open space once again. Another round of pups about to spawn. So both teams are probably starting to think about how they can position themselves. Prism is nicely suited to get that mid, but looks like Fozzie might be able to chase him away. Dennett grabbing a tag pro for his team, going flag pro. Prism briefly returned for cap, but Halo not able to get there in time. And Dennett gets cornered. 6:30 left to go in the first half. Currently 1-1 tie. So Fozzie able to grab and get out of base while Prism gets returned. So Fozzie's going to be patient here and take his time. Marquis not doing anything dangerous, opting for a kiss. Both teams playing very carefully with the flag, in many cases choosing to kiss as opposed to expose their team to the risk of leaving base in a situation where their team might not be able to get the return. Mr. Gon and Dennett both hanging out mid. A lot of discipline from both teams, not seeing a lot of horrible overcommits defensively. Offensively, both flag carriers just trying to stay alive, not do anything too ridiculously risky. Tyrus with the tag pro in blue base, so he theoretically would be able to clear out that regrab, but he's using that right now to chase and actually boost himself into a spike to get a boost return. Mr. Gon mid. Really no one around him for the moment. Both flag carriers with a lot of open space to work. Nearly halfway done with this first half of play on 45. Tyrus with a nice snipe. Both teams now doing a little bit better of a job on regrab. We've seen a pretty consistent regrab from both teams the last couple minutes of play. In the beginning there, it was all Mythboosters. Nice snipe by Mr. Gon, who cuts off an escape route up top. Franj managing to stay alive there longer than most people would have, but Halo with a nice grab. Might be able to save a cap with it, and he does. That would have been a cap otherwise. That was a very difficult grab and get out of base situation. Halo was the last man, and he managed to do just that. Grab and get out of base. So with 3:52 left, flag carrier's kiss with just under 4 minutes left. We still have a 1-1 tie in the first half of this matchup in 45. Both flags back in base for a change as another round of puff spawns. Franj able to grab a tag pro and enemy base and does grab and go flag pro with it right before Halo can get there. Look like flag carriers were both thinking about a kiss there, but both of them actually run into their own gates. And potentially a return for cap situation here, but Mr. Gon takes the correct path, avoids Franj and Dennett, and doesn't look likely anymore, with Halo now getting returned. So again, both flag carriers now mid. Here's going to be a little bit more of the chasing. Nice snipe from Prism. Takes the right angle there. Quick kiss. And Halo's going to have to go a different way to get out of base up top. Marquis opting to go through the spikes in the bottom. Using the gate to buy himself a little bit more time. Pup spawning once again. Both teams pretty well on top of that. Tyrus able to use his tag pro. Looks like he's going to actually take this back to red base. So looks like there might be a little bit of miscommunication as far as where the flag carrier is right now. He kind of took the long way on that one. Potentially a opportunity there missed. If I was not able to get that return on Mr. Gone, what otherwise might have been a cap. 2 minutes left to go, still tied at 1 in our first half on 45. Both flags out again. Mr. Gone opting to return to base out of necessity, but just takes a very quick chirp through and goes back to mid. Frange had a nice string of 4 or 5 boosts there. Unfortunately, one takes him directly into a spike, but he is able to reset on defense momentarily. Dennett comes in with a blind snipe attempt that just narrowly misses and would have been a cap for his team, but it was very close to being successful. Marquis with potentially returned for cap just for a moment, but his team not able to get the return, but makes a pretty impressive escape nonetheless, avoiding 3. 1 minute left in the first half. Both flags still out. Both teams getting returns. Very even play so far from both teams. Really no obvious mistakes by either side. Both sides are just playing a very smart game. For a moment there, it looked like we might have seen another kiss, but Prism trying to stay alive long enough to get Halo returned, but it's actually Halo who had survived there. But then he spikes on his attempt to get out of base. Frange going to go try to grab a rolling bomb and does, so both flag carriers with a rolling bomb, they defuse each other and continue to take a lap. Really just mirror images of each other, these teams, the way they've played this first half. And it's now Tyrus able to grab a rolling bomb. So with 13 seconds left in the first half, he'll see if his team can get that return. They do. Dennett now trying to get out of base before he gets returned. Doesn't look like the return is imminent, but it is. Mr. Gone gets it. Tyrus going to be able to sneak it in for a cap. Very exciting last few seconds. That rolling bomb pays off. Good communication from the Bruno Mars ball, who now takes a 2-1 lead in the first half on 45. Very exciting last few moments of play there. We'll go ahead and tree this one more time, just get a few more viewers. All right, we'll pump up the hype train just a little bit more. Looks like they haven't switched sides yet, so both teams probably just talking, trying to figure out what they can do in this second half. See if we have any viewers today. Oh, we have a whopping 3. That's exciting. Support your miners team, everybody. Whopping 3 viewers. Hello, viewers. Nice. All right. So again, currently Bruno Mars ball leading by a score of 2-1. Very exciting last few moments to that first half. A cap in the last, really the last half a second. A situation where Tyrus actually had a rolling bomb with about 13 seconds left to go, and there was a regrab in place in his base, but that regrab gets cornered, a nice snipe bottom, and ultimately Tyrus able to just sneak onto that flag tile in the last half a second to cap. So that broke a stalemate that lasted for most of the first half where it was 1-1. So now a 2-1 lead for the Bruno Mars ball. TPR indicating that there's 10 people sitting behind him watching the stream. So really it's not 3, it's like 12, him plus the other 9. So very nice to know we have actually 12 viewers. JJ Poole throwing a little shade on TPR. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Oh, TPR and JJ throwing shade at each other now. The moms are involved. Nice. All right, teams have switched sides. Hopefully that means a launch is in our midst. Oh wow, this is really good. Mountain Dew Whiteout Smooth Citrus Dew with other natural flavors. That just describes this so well. You know, when I look at the ingredients and I see that there's brominated vegetable oil, that doesn't even bother me because this is good. I would drink this all day. All right, we are launching. Go ahead and switch back to our in-game view. You can see what my ping looks like to all the servers. All right. So, once again, we have switched sides. The Bruno Mars ball is on red, and the Mythboosters are now on blue. Just looking here, do we see any
3, 2,
significant
1.
changes? We had a couple of, looks like 1 or 2 changes. All right, so Franj able to grab a rolling bomb mid. Really not a lot of excitement here, no tag pros, so sort of not a lot of fireworks in this first 20 seconds of our match. Just a rolling bomb and a couple of juke juices, so kind of Boardsville. Flags both still in base. Franj able to make a nice boost grab, but just has a little bit too much momentum and gets returned. Tyrus might have an opportunity to get out of base here. He actually does wind up getting out of base, and it winds up missing the snipe attempt in base, but Franj able to gate him, so at least we do have something of a regrab train now. Marquis being patient, waiting for his teammate to get there, but his teammate runs into a gate, so if the Mythboosters are able to get a return, it could be the end of that regrab train. No, Tyrus able to get that regrab, so looks like another round of pups spawned. A couple of folks were out of base. Still no tag pros. We have more juke juices and rolling bombs. Halo, the beneficiary of one of those rolling bombs, but he gets defused by Mr. Gone, and Mr. Gone was well positioned on that. He was still kind of in front of him, so looks like Mr. Gone might be able to corral him here, and he does. Marquis able to, looks like he was going to be able to have a return for cap situation, but he actually runs himself into a spike. So currently Mr. Gone trying to block 2. One of them flacids, but the cavalry arrives a little bit too late. So Franj now trying to get in once again against Mr. Gone playing some offensive D, and with Tyrus' help, Mr. Gone able to track him down and get another return. Tyrus well times that pathway through the spikes and gets a tag pro. Halo gets pushed into a spike, but Franj with the tag pro on the other side. So we did have 2 tag pros evenly distributed this round, but still really no fireworks in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half. Still a 2-1 lead overall for the Bruno Mars ball against the Mythboosters. Both flags back in base once again. Come on, you guys. I hyped this up as an exciting match. Our 6 viewers, 8. It has gone up to 8. Our 8 viewers are expecting to see fireworks. Halo with a nice grab, able to get out of base ahead of Prism and Mr. Gone, lines himself up for that boost, and looks like this could be a cap. Halo with a nice cap to tie this match up at 2-2 aggregate. And I don't want to be remiss in mentioning that Dennett and Holdma really did everything they could to allow that to happen by really doing a good job of blocking that button and ultimately setting up the right blocks to allow a cap there for their team. Franj now trying to walk in flag pro, but Dennett able to use his tag pro to clear out base. And if Halo can just get there, if he can just get there before, oh, Holdma with an unfortunate boost pushes him back. They had a clear base there with plenty of tag pros. I think that pretty much certainly would have been a cap otherwise. So with 6 minutes left to go in our game on 45, currently tied 2-2. Franj with an opportunity here, but Mr. Gon's going to seal the pathway through the spikes. Very good knowledge there by Mr. Gon to block the only other entry point with Marquis firmly on that button. Now the regrab train that we saw in the first half is now going the other direction. The Mythboosters seem to be firmly in control of time of possession in the last couple of minutes. And Franj going to try to work his magic against Prism here. Uses his rolling bomb and looks like it's not to be this time, but Mr. Gon able to grab a tag pro in blue base, and he's going to take that back to his base. Nobody there though for him to clear out base from, so he's going to have to chase with his tag pro. Halo able to split through Mr. Gon and Prism there, who both over him just a bit, but looks like Mr. Gon's now going to sit on regrab while Marquis gets himself out of base. Tyrus able to get a nice snipe. 5 minutes left to go in our first game, and currently tied 2-2. So Halo working his way out of base once again. Able to buy some time for himself so he can get a juke juice mid, but looks like he might be cornered here. Tyrus not taking any chances, able to get that return by playing it patiently. Dennett and Franj having a bit of a traffic jam up top, but no harm done. 4:20 left to go. 4:20 left to go. Who will pull away in these last 4 minutes? Franj hanging out gate. It's a scary place to be, but he bought some time and got himself out of base. Map just playing very chasey today. Both flag carriers having a lot of time to maneuver around mid. Seems like there have been more spikes than returns, but I suppose the spikes kind of are a tool that one would use to return on this map. So you're going to see a lot of spikes that really should count as returns for the pursuers. Tyrus with a rolling bomb has a few more seconds on it, so he's hoping his teammates can get there and get that return in time to make use of it, but it's just not looking likely, and Tyrus does get defused, so he's going to be able to work his way back into base, but Franj also picked up a rolling bomb, and what could have been a return for Kep's situation otherwise isn't. Franj now with the power in this situation, he's able to go sit on flag tile if he so chooses, and his rolling bomb actually expires before he's able to make use of it, so 3 minutes left to go, still anyone's game. Tied at 2. Marquis so close to the flag tile, but just not able to get there with 3 blue balls and red base. And he takes a dangerous transit through the gate, manages to stay alive long enough to escape from base once more, and takes a sort of risky boost mid, winds up spiking himself, and now Holdma instead winds up getting the rolling bomb that was there waiting for him. And who knows, depending on what happens here, that cap right there is now giving the lead to the Mythboosters. So that one dangerous boost that led to a spike, that prevented a red flag carrier from getting a rolling bomb, instead a blue flag carrier gets it, and the Mythboosters now take a lead. So Halo able to work his way back towards blue base. Tyrus getting returned, but Marquis is going to try to get out of base, and he does. The entire Mythboosters defense running into spikes. Franj now executes that same mid boost that was a dangerous one on the other end. He manages to pull through very safely on that. Just under 2 minutes left to go. Currently a 1-cap lead for the Mythboosters. Currently up 3-2. Both flag carriers in open space. Marquis stops to grab a tag pro, but looks like he's going to have to keep that on regrab. Prism trying to buy some time in his own base, hoping to get that tying cap for his team, but Hillifile just elusive. Manages to get himself in a return for cap situation. Tires with a nice snipe. Just under a minute left to go. Still a 1-cap lead for the Mythboosters, who are up 3-2 against Bruno Marsball. Marquis with a nice solo return. If Tyrus can just get there, and if the blocks are real. Oh, the blocks were not real. There's still an opportunity, though. They only have one man to beat. Can they do it? Can they do it? Just barely sneaks it in. Nice job recovering for the Bruno Marsball defense. He was able to get that last block in time to tie the game up with 20 seconds left to go. Currently tied 3-3 aggregate. We'll see what happens. Dennis with the flag, Hillifile with a tag pro able to take out 2 of the other team. Can he take out Prism? Can he lead his team to victory here with 8 seconds left to go? Oh, Mr. Gone saving what otherwise would have been a loss. He saves a tie for his team, able to get that return at the last second. So very exciting conclusion to that game as well. Both halves to this game on 45 had a lot of kind of slow moments in the middle, but then the last minute just got really exciting. Both teams kind of abandoned their conservative styles of play and just got aggressive and started doing some exciting things. So, both teams did very well on both sides of the ball. I think these teams are very much mirror images of each other in terms of the way that they're playing this map. They both played very conservatively and then started to take chances at the end. So, 3-3 tie. Very exciting, guys. And we now have 8 viewers. Congratulations. All right, we're just going to have to treat this one more time because you know what? This game, this matchup, it just deserves more than 8 viewers. All right, we're going to be really honest with our viewers. Okay, I'm lying. It was kind of dull in spots, but I swear the last 60 seconds of each half was insane. Truly insane. Okay, see, nobody can dispute that. All right. All right, truth of viewers. Oh man, Mountain Dew Whiteout, smooth citrus dew with other natural flavors. I just can't stop saying that. It's so good. Looks like a little 5v4 action. Looks like a little bit of a personnel change here. Fly Molo and Gubbles now coming in. So we're going to see some new faces for the Mythboosters. Gubbles with some new strats, suggesting that perhaps 5 players can, in certain situations, be better than 4. 3-0-2D, better than 2-0-2D. Revolutionary thinking from Gubbles. No changes at all on the Bruno Marsball lineup. Still going with the original four here. Mr. Gone, Marquis, Tyrus, and Prism. So very excited to see some action here from Fly and Gubbles. Dennett commenting that he was like close there to winning, which he was, certainly. All right, looks like we might be getting started. Do we have viewers? We has viewers. Mr. Fruitsy with a very intelligent suggestion. I'm going to go ahead and do that. See if that even worked. Nah, it didn't work, so I'm probably not even logged in. Yo. Loading video. What the hell? Yeah, I'm not even logged in. That's kind of sucky. Oh well. Nice. Well, I think I'm ready. Red E. I'm not going to log back in, whatever. We're just going to do that thing where screens keep popping up that are more screens, and then there's just more and more screens. Okay, looks like we're launching. Exciting times. Tag Pro is here. You know what's funny? When I started playing Tag Pro, it took me probably a couple of
3,
months
2,
before I realized that
1.
Boombox was shaped like a boombox. So it looks like, again, we're starting off with a couple of Juke Juices and a Rolling Bomb. Yeah, we had our in-game view already. So not going to be a lot of fireworks here starting out. Dennett gets very quickly extinguished. But Gubbles puts a nice block on Prism there, allowing Dennett to survive a little longer than he would have otherwise. So he is going to be able to have an opportunity here, not able to quite hit that boost in time to be able to connect with the bottom boost and go through gate. So it looks like Prism might be able to track him down 1v1 here, and he does, using the little Heidi cave in the bottom as a additional pursuer. So far, that blue flag hasn't really left base. And is that true? 0 grabs? Yeah. That blue flag has not left base yet, 1 minute in. So one way of looking at that is we can say that Bruno Marsball has been very careful with their grabs. They haven't made any. Mr. Gone able to grab a tag pro in his own base. Gubbles able to grab a tag pro mid. So both teams with the tag pro. And Dennett with a rolling bomb, which unfortunately staying with him on defense. So he's just going to push Mr. Gone around with it with his tag pro. Mr. Gone not able to use that tag pro for his team's benefit. His marquee gets returned, and it doesn't look like Mr. Gone's going to try any sort of a 1v2 grab here, so he's just going to play offensive defense. Tyrus there to help as well as Franch tries to walk it into base. Dennett and Fly with some nice blocks. Gets very close to the flag, but no dice, not able to cap. But it does look like Gubbles has the beginnings of a regrab train for the Mythboosters, so he's going to be able to start walking towards base. Prism and Tyrus being very careful. Tyrus boosting in the perfect spot to both corner and contain. Takes the gate boost away as well. Dennett able to grab a tag pro. Franj able to grab a juke juice. So both teams displaying very good pup awareness, kind of timing their grabs so that they can grab those base pups. Mr. Gon's tag pro runs out once again, so he's going to be again in an offensive defense type role here. Gubble's getting returned, but Franz keeping that regrab train alive for the Mythboosters. Able to juke his way past Prism. He's now ahead of Tyrus and Prism. Are the blocks there? Are they real? No, not this time. Tyrus able to track him down. But the Mythbooster's doing pretty good job, at least up until halfway through that sentence when I was disproven. Pretty good job of getting themselves in position for regrab and keeping that train alive. So with 3 minutes elapsed in the first half on Boombox, still 0-0 tie. That was the first true power-up fight that we saw since the beginning of the game, since at that moment we had a reset. So both teams just opting the fight for pups. No tag pros this time around, but Franz able to use his juke juice to get out ahead of 2. The blocks are real this time. No! Oh, please, that was so close to a cap. Pixels away, but just good offensive defense, and the blocks almost there. Just a little bit of weakness, giving up a corner, and you know, it looked like the cap was there if he could have just caught the corner of the flag tile, but he didn't. So very nearly was a cap there for the Mythboosters, but still tied 0-0. Good commitment to offensive D by Bruno Marsball there, who just did not want to give up defeat on that cap. Franz thought about trying to walk through gate there, but he knew Tyrus would have had the button if he had tried it. Franz did a good job of staying alive in that situation a little longer than I think some people might have. He actually almost had a return for cap there, but not able to stay alive long enough. And that vaunted regrab that we had talked about almost just could have given up a cap on the other side of the map. So still no regrab in place for the Bruno Mars ball, but Marquis does get there. Prism went back to base maybe a little bit early there. The return just wasn't coming. There were 2 blue balls, so he's forced to corner himself and get returned. Not a lot of places for him to go in that situation anyway. So with 5 minutes now elapsed, still a score of 0-0. Both teams just playing this map as you would expect. Tyrus now at the situation, looks like he has the shortest distance to the flag, and he is able to cap there. So just as we say that, all of a sudden we do have a 1-0 lead for the Bruno Mars ball over the Mythboosters on Boombox. So up until that point, just both teams playing very conservative, doing a good job with regrab, and as I mentioned before, the one situation where there's no regrab in place for the Mythboosters, they wind up paying for it. No one there, and they're just not able to get there in time. And just the one situation with their flag carrier wasn't able to hold long enough to allow their teammate to get re. So looks like we again have a regrab train for the Mythboosters. So Gubble's trying to sneak past Mr. Gone mid, and Mr. Gone able to track him down. Doesn't give up an inch against him. So once again, 30 seconds tomorrow, I should say, Bruno Marsball, excuse me, just being very patient with their grabs, just opting not to try anything risky here with their own flag out. It's just very clear that that's a strategy that they're employing. They're just not grabbing when their flag's out, I think, unless they have maybe a tag pro or some sort of surefire way of getting out. At least not 2v2. So Marquis was able to grab a rolling bomb, so looks like this is an exception since he did have a power up there. And sure enough, he's able to use that rolling bomb to take what would have been a 2v2 down to a 2v1 situation, which allowed him to get out of base, but Franz able to gate him with the flag on the other end of the map. Franz also with a rolling bomb has a little bit more juice in it, so he's going to work his way back to his own base, but his rolling bomb runs out. He's on the run once again. Mr. Gone and Prism not able to track him down there. 3 minutes left to go. Still a 1-0 lead for the Bruno Mars ball over the Mythboosters on Boombox, which is a real map. Not to say that other maps aren't real maps. This just is a real map. Marquis able to grab a tag pro, the only tag pro in that round, and Flymolo able to grab a rolling bomb. So She's probably going to start taking that towards the flag tile. Franj well positioned there to prevent a cap for the Bruno Mars ball. But in the process of getting to that flag tile, Fly is forced to use her rolling bomb, and she winds up getting returned mid. Gubbles being a good teammate, helping Franj juke back and forth through that gate, and that allows him to hit both boosts, but Gubbles chooses to, or I should say Marquis chooses to kiss there. Gubbles with the regrab. And now the Mythboosters opting not to do anything dangerous with their flag out. They could have had a 2v1 grab there against Mr. Gone, but chose not to do it. And Marquis has that blue base power-up timer very well down since he grabbed the tag pro there last round. He knew exactly when to grab this one. Able to grab and flag pro. And out ahead of 3. Oh, they could have just... Oh, wow. It looked like they were going to pay for that, but they don't. Marquis able to go 2 and walk that flag in. In a 2v1 situation like that, they would have been able to block that button pretty well, so I kind of thought Marquis was actually going to go 1, but opts for the safer course going through 2, and ultimately the blocks were still there, so able to make a very nice sneak through 2. It was really within the 3-tile space pretty much that there was about 4 balls there, and he was able to sneak around the other 3, obviously 2 of them being his teammates. So very impressive cap there from the Bruno Mars ball. Sorry guys, I keep calling you guys your majors team. The Bruno Mars ball, 2-0 lead with 1 minute left. The first half of play on Boombox. And Marquis again gets that blue base power up. So he knows exactly what moment he got the last couple. 30 seconds left, neither team going to do anything particularly risky, knowing they have another half of play. Franj able to get out ahead of Prism and Mr. Gone, just a rare overcommit there. But Mr. Gone and Tyrus now in front, and Mr. Gone getting very aggressive there, overcommits again. So Franj was able to stay alive a little bit longer, but
2, 1.
done it with a nice return to end it. Gubbles with the kept flag, the only stat that matters, and pretty good, exciting first half. We saw a good play from both teams. Currently, it's the Bruno Mars ball who have pulled ahead 2-0, but I think really this half could have gone either way based on what we saw. Pretty good regrab in place for the Mythboosters for the first few minutes, and then when they started to get away from that and they had a couple of grabs that didn't get very far, that's where you saw a couple of caps. So just very impressive play from both teams in that first half. Our stream typing some sort of gibberish, which is nice. Appreciate that, stream. It's probably some kind of a meme, I don't know, because I'm old. Whatever, you guys are going to have to tell me what that all means. All right, so after one half of play on Boombox, currently a 2-0 lead for the Bruno Mars ball over the Mythboosters. See what kind of sub action we might see for the Mythboosters. Looks like Holdma might be coming back in. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see who comes out. Looks like the Mythboosters still either figuring out their lineup or Gubbles opting to go back to that 5v4 strat again. They talked about pregame. We'll see if the 3-0 2D. Looks like they might be going with the 3-0 2D, ladies and gentlemen. Team switching sides, but still trying to figure out who's going to step out for the Mythboosters, who are now in red. Bruno Mars ball currently leading 2-0 now in blue, with 1 half left to go on Boombox. And I guess while we wait, I'll have some more. Hold on. Oh, that is delicious. Some more Mountain Dew Whiteout Smooth Citrus Dew with other natural flavors. Man, this is good. 280 calories, but it's worth it. I'll drink brominated vegetable oil if it's good. I don't care. What do I care? So now a 4v3 strat or a 3v4 strat looks like. Just a lot of confusion. Gubbles and Fly both now sitting and waiting. This might be a death match. I'm not sure. Maybe Gubbles and Fly are just gonna fight it out. Just a little bit of fisticuffs to figure out who gets that fourth spot. Okay, and according to Milkstick, Raven is a mom. Hi, Bollocks. How are you? All right, so looks like they may have solved all of the confusion by putting Halophile back in. Looks like Gubbles and Fly are both sitting. So it looks like it's going to be Dennett, Holdma, Halo, and Frange, which I think might have been our original lineup before this game on the Mythboosters. And once again, still sticking on the Bruno Mars ball with Mr. Gone, Prism, Marquis, and Tyrus. So they're playing all 40 minutes for their squad, it looks like, barring any changes here in this last half. I will let them know I am ready. Prism complaining about the friggin' campers in this game, always camping the flag. Gotta agree with him there. And why don't those noobs ever chase? I just don't understand. They just camp the flag. All right, we'll switch over to our in-game view once again. Yeah, okay, we're good. 37 ping to Origin. Damn, Origin. You scary. Creating a new game. Locked up on this page. That's not good. Guys? Is this broken? Tag pro broken? What happened? Yeah. See if everybody else was. Looks like the Mythboosters are all quote unquote in here while the Bruno Mars ball are all quote unquote joining a game. They're trying to make it to the promised game. Nice. Okay, everybody back to group. Nice. That would have been quite the 4v0. All right, we're trying again. Once again, waiting on our group. I personally blame Obama, though, in this particular situation. Not for everything, just that failed launch. All right, so once again, no tag pros, 2 rolling bombs. A juke juice and 2 rolling bombs.
2,
Boring.
1.
See if there's any fireworks in this first half. Seems like all of our games so far have been kind of real slow in the first few minutes of the half, and then lots of chasing, and then all of a sudden, the last minute, everybody starts sort of going ham, and we have a really good game. These are two very loaded rosters, 2 very talented teams, and when they start going for broke and just doing crazy stuff, it tends to work. So Halo takes that nice boost through mid, and Holdma and Dennett trying to put up some nice blocks on Marquis and Tyrus, but not able to turn that into a cap. But the regrab train is starting to be in place for the Mythboosters. Frange not able to sneak past Prism, though. Puts a quick end to that. Halo with a questionable choice there to grab with Prism and Mr. Gone right behind him. It just didn't look like he was going to be able to get himself out of that situation. But we've seen things like that happen, and when you're a talented flag carrier and you can do that, it's sometimes worth it to just try it. So both teams fighting for those pup spawns. Mr. Gone and Dennett both getting the tag pros in their respective bases, and looks like they're both keeping them on D's. So we might see another very dull 20 seconds of play as both teams just kind of wait for those tag pros to die. Marquis just sitting on that boost, waiting for the tag pro to die, while Holdman takes the boost away from him. So Halo was counting on that gate boost, and Prism just sitting there. So nice grab from Tyrus, able to sneak through the one tile wide space next to the gate, but not able to get ahead of Dennett, who just takes a superior curve on him, gets in front. Good angle, I mean. Both flags back in base. Just kind of fun gamesmanship there. You know, you kind of think of like Jimmy Connor and McEnroe just, you know, swearing at each other over a tennis court, and you know, there you had some gamesmanship too. Really, that's a bad analogy. I don't even know why I said that. So with just over 2 minutes elapsed in our second half, 0-0 in this half, but still a 2-cap lead for 30 seconds to Mars ball. Dennett going to try to do double duty there. He held the gate, and now he got another block on Marquis. Oh, wow, Franz cap there, but Dennett, you the real MVP of that cap, narrowing the lead now to 1. Still a 1-cap lead, 2-1 overall for the Bruno Mars ball. But Dennett just doing like triple duty there, while Holdma was kind of raping Tyrus. I don't know exactly what you would call this. What's happening down there? It's just rape, or it's consensual. I don't know. Okay, so the tag pro is now finally spawned. Tyrus is going to sit on it. Meanwhile, Franz just wishing he had somebody there to block for him so he could get another cap. But Dennett not able to 1v2 that situation. So Franz just buying time. Tyrus and Holdman still mating it out. Tyrus trying to push and just get himself that tag pro. And Holdma just pushing so hard. Oh, did you do it, Ty? Did you do it? No. Halo, meanwhile, grabs a rolling bomb. And if Dennett's able to get this return, and he's not. And then Prism. Oh, Prism. You came in and you scared Holdma away. Tyrus is able to get that tag pro, and that rolling bomb went for naught for the Mythboosters. Just so many things happen there, Prism, when you grab that flag. The way that you grab that flag, Prism. So Marquis now able to grab, and Halo's going to dance around in open space. Probably still a little bit salty about what happened there. Holdman now back in base, doing what he can to put those blocks up for his teammate, but his offense just hoped he had been there earlier to help get another cap, which could have tied it up. But understandably, he was wrestling with Tyrus and what may or may not have been consensual fighting for tag pro. So 5:40 left to go in this second half. Currently a 1-cap lead, 2-1 for the 30 seconds to Mars ball. Franz takes a nice boost there, but Tyrus in the right spot at the right time to be able to hit that button and do some gate action. So Marquis with the tag pro in red base is going to make it hard for Halo to be able to get in and do a whole lot here. So I'm sure his team has communicated that to him now. Halo thinking, what do I do here to get around Mr. Gone 1v1? Mr. Gone just doing a good job staying in front of the flag carrier pretty much all day. We saw one or two sort of I don't even know if, I think I refer to them as overcommits, but maybe just aggressive lunges is what we'll call it now. But other than that, just very disciplined play from him today, just doing a great job, getting a lot of nice 1v1 returns, you know, just really playing outstanding defense for his side. Franz with a nice hold here, but ultimately tries to get through that gate, and even though Halo had a juke juice, he just wasn't able to hold off against two people, but he does use the juke juice to be able to accelerate just enough to get a tag pro before Mr. Gone can get there. So Halo will be the one now who's going to be able to use that tag pro to help his teammate get out of base, and get out of base Franz does. Halo staying back on Ree. Marquis, meanwhile, able to grab a rolling bomb Ree, so he's going to have a few more seconds on that RB. And not enough, though. Trolling bomb goes out right before he runs into Dennett. One of those rare situations where you're really trying to run into the defender as quick as possible because you know that your rolling bomb is about to go out, and you'd rather use it to blow them out of your way than have it go out right before they tag you, but the timing just didn't work there. Tag pro mid, both teams going to try to get in position to get it, but Franj able to get there before Tyrus can. So he's going to be able to walk himself into blue base with that tag pro. Both flags back in base. We have a reset for first time in a while. Franj Superman deploys his rolling bomb. His tag pro is gone. Halo gets ahead of 2. Holdma trying to aggressively use that tag pro to clear a path, but the timing just didn't quite work. He needed a couple more seconds to position himself there, and with the pursuit behind him, it just wasn't possible. But could have an opportunity here. Oh, Holdman trying to get that block on Prism in time, and just isn't able to do it. Franj still makes a pretty daring attempt to get to the flag tile and nearly capped there in what would have actually tied the matchup. So now Prism with return for cap. Franj and Dennett just trying to get in front. Looks like Franj is going to stay back on Ree. So Tyrus able to grab a rolling Ree for his squad. 2.5 minutes left to go. Still a 1-cap lead for the Bruno Mars ball over the Mythboosters. Franj sees a tasty tag pro and knows he's probably not going to be able to cap in this particular situation anyway. The return wasn't coming, so he grabs that tag pro and uses it to hopefully clear out his base. 2 tag pros now for the Mythboosters, so it looks like this might be their chance to make something happen in these last 2 minutes of play. Probably their best opportunity. Oh, Dennett has a tag pro, but unfortunately poosts his teammate into a defender. Really almost nothing he could have done differently there. It's just unlucky. So with just under 2 minutes to go, those tag pros are out. Both sides now trying to camp the power-up spawns, and Halo and Tyrus already fighting for mid. Join the fight just in time to let Halo get the pop, but it turns out to be a rolling bomb, so it gets very quickly defused. Franj and Halo working together to try to get a good grab and get out of base. Halo opting to grab 1v1 here, and it works out. Prism was thinking about going down for a pop, and as a result, he wasn't there to be able to hold that gate, and that allows a grab that almost wound up being a cap, but good offensive D by his team who catches up and gets there. Franj able to juke past Mr. Gone, and Prism closing the gap, not letting him go anywhere. Just under a minute left to go. Still a 1-cap lead for the Bruno Mars ball over the Mythboosters. See if we see some fireworks. It's been exciting every other half in the every other half in the last minute. So we'll see what Tyrus and Halo are able to do here. Tyrus effectively just playing keep away, knowing that they have a 1-cap lead right now that they're holding on to desperately. He's just trying to be smart here, and he kisses the flag carrier. 20 seconds left to go. A reset. Both sides are now reset, so 16 seconds. Mythboosters are really going to have to do something quick here if they want to tie this game up. And with 9 seconds, it just looks like that's going to be game. I don't think they can even get to the other side of the map in time. And surely now with 3 seconds, the game is over. So congratulations to the Bruno Mars ball who pull out a win and a tie today. And very impressive play from the Mythboosters as well. Both teams really showed how you play this map the right way. Discipline grabs, not doing anything crazy, just being very careful with the flag, not trying to do ridiculously risky stuff. Both teams did a pretty good job of getting resets and keeping the flag in base for a while. We did see a lot of resets, so just very exciting play from both teams. And today it just looks like the rewards went to the Bruno Mars. Well, God damn it, you guys, can't you just use one name for your team? Why do I have to keep calling you guys Bruno Mars Ball? You're 30 Seconds to Mars Ball Miners team. That's what I'm going to call you. That way I won't screw it up anymore. But nice win from you guys. Did a wonderful job. So we'll give both teams a few minutes to kind of say their GGs, and then we'll sneak into each team channel for a moment and try to get a couple interviews with the squads. See if anybody has anything to say on our Twitch chat. Not really. We have 13 viewers, and the mom's conversation has gotten pretty real. Obama can't be blamed anymore, apparently. I'll have to view that link later, see if it's legit. All right, so first we'll just go to whoever's team. I guess it doesn't really matter. Looks like everybody's just in the 30 seconds channel, so I think I'm just gonna wait for a second until they finish doing all that. And you know what I'm gonna do? While I wait, I'm going to finish off. Hold on. Those gulps of joy you hear. Mountain Dew, whiteout, smooth citrus dew with other natural flavors. Delicious. I'm really glad I had this and not like a bourbon or something. Fun stuff. So a little bit of 6v6 hockey action. Looks like that might be starting up, but these guys are really fucking with my ability to do interviews, aren't they? Hold on. Hey, Fly, you here?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, can you get your team into your channel for a minute so I can do a quick interview with you guys?
Sure.
I just don't want to go into the other room and have them all like babbling, because I kind of like to do the whole, interview one team and interview the other. We're live, by the way, like literally right now. So.
Oh, sorry.
It's all
I
good.
have no idea where my team is.
Oh, they're all up in the.
I didn't have a
30 seconds
spec
to Mars
spot, so I didn't know what happened.
ball. Oh, got you. Well, this is awkward. All right. So I will, I guess, jump up to 30 seconds to Mars ball now. See who wants. Maybe I guess I'll interview both teams.
Again.
All right, guys, you're live on Ranger
That's
Radio.
not good.
Congrats on very
There we
exciting
go.
Yeah, there
first
we go.
game, guys. Very exciting second game as well. Both games today, just lots of excitement. We saw,
Yeah.
a lot of good returns, got a lot of good defense, a lot of good offensive play. I mean, just in general, both sides of the ball, these teams were mirror images of each other in terms of discipline, smart play, good grabs, not doing anything ridiculous or crazy. We didn't see a lot of people like just taking like idiotic boosts or just making, big mistakes. This was a game that was played well, on both sides. So congrats to the Bruno Mars ball, who did get a win and a tie today.
2,
And
1.
just wanted to, since it sounds like you guys are kind of all in here at once, I guess we'll go team by team. So we'll start with the Bruno
We're
Mars
playing
ball.
hockey actually, so.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put that. Yeah, I'm still streaming it, so I'm gonna go ahead and put
Nice,
that on in
nice.
the background
Nice.
while you guys play hockey. But so just wanted to start real quick with Bruno Mars ball. So what do you guys think your keys were to squeaking out that win today along with the tie?
Well,
Very tiny loss.
Defense.
yeah, we just kind of parked the bus in the second game.
It's a perfect
I think
analogy.
that was what ended up getting
You
us the
think?
victory.
Ty getting that tag pro was key.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I commented on during the stream was that I noticed you guys pretty much never grabbed when your flag was out. There were only a couple of exceptions when you guys had power-ups, like either a rolling bomb or a tag pro, but most of the time, if your flag was out, you did not grab. And I've noticed that really led to a lot of situations where you were always there to be able to, prevent the other team from capping. Was that kind of what the agreed upon strategy was before the game, or, did that just wind up working out that way?
I mean, generally we try to go by the don't grab unless your flag's in base, unless like you have a really good chance to get out mentality, but
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, Gobbles.
Gobble's taking a nice crazy boost to get
Risky.
around 3 or 4 people, letting
Worth
all the
it.
riskiness out
God
Worth
bless,
it.
God bless.
leads to a cap
So
for
we're-
a squad.
Yeah, we're
So-
close.
So
Oh,
turning
shit.
now to the Myth Boosters. No, you're done. No, you had your chance.
I think
Turning-
the key to the game was patience and the power of corners.
So
He said-
very
he said
interesting
you're done.
battle we saw on the bot left for one power up where something happened. I wasn't sure if it was rape or it was just consensual, but there was something that was going on down there involving Holden and Tyrus, and I thought we would take an opportunity to touch on that briefly, whether were some
yeah,
words
touch is a bad word.
exchanged, was it consensual, was it
There were
not
fluids
consensual?
exchanged.
Just had a little fun.
Okay.
Dirty.
So
Very
simply
exciting.
put, the way I saw it was that if he got the power up, it would have ended our chain, and we wouldn't have been able to cap anyways. And then the way he saw it was that if I got it, then it would, it would have given us a pretty easy cap because it pretty much would have.
Yeah.
And
It was
then-
it was totally. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you're done. My bad. Go on. Hold on. My bad.
Yeah, it was also, a factor. Like I was essentially blocking a player out of the play at the same time. So it was.
Considering
So was
they
I,
had
Homa.
4
So
players
was
at
I.
a time in base,
Yeah, but
having
you don't,
one out is
that's true.
a lot easier than 4.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just commenting during the stream that it was something that wound up potentially having an impact just because you weren't obviously there to be able to block. But I can totally see both sides of that argument. As a situation where if they had gotten that tag pro and been able to take it in, you would have had no chance of capping. So certainly, both sides of that are probably palpable to everybody involved. But anyway, guys, thanks for letting me stream. This is a very exciting game, and we're currently seeing just a ridiculous blowout now for the Mythboosters now in hockey.
No,
So
please.
7-2
It's a
lead.
mix.
Please.
It's a mix.
We have Stam, Pirate, and I. That's
Well,
more
hold on.
30 SMB than Myth.
Thanks for streaming, Ranger.
Yeah, thanks
All
for
right, you're welcome, guys.
Thanks for streaming, Ranger.
All right, congrats to everybody
Thanks.
involved for a great game.
PBS
Enjoy your
strats.
goals.
Ranger.
PBS strats.